for me to invite onto stage the author of the book, Mr. Shailendra Kumar, to talk a little bit more about that and tell us what kind of effort has gone into putting it together.
I take honor in thanking Honorable Finance Minister Dr. Thiagarajan, Honorable Justice A.K. Patnaik, and Mr. T.P. Nagendra Kumar, former member GST, CBIC. I in fact owe double thanks to Dr. Thiagarajan and Justice Patnaik for taking the pain and writing forward for the book. Thank you, sir, for keeping me motivated. Apart from releasing the book, of course, in life of every nation, taxation is one of the key pillars on which the nucleus of welfare and governance rests. And in the history of Indian taxation, the GST has come to occupy the central space. For the GST thus far, it has been a mixed ball of experience. A dehydrated beginning with understandable muddle and pain for both the policymakers, the law enforcers, as well as the taxpayers. It took some time, in fact, a couple of years to stabilize with some bittersweet results, and now rightly claimed rich bouts of successes after 5 years. That is how I look at the journey so far. Undoubtedly, there are many more miles to go for the GST. If a balance sheet is prepared, but one can clearly see more entries on the credit side. Some of the stated objectives of the GST introduction have been partially realized, such as a jump in the tax base. It has grown from about a little bit over 64 lakhs to 1.4 crore today. That is the latest GSTN figure. Close to 500 forms and challans prior to introduction of GST, which has been reduced to about 13 forms today. 36 different tax administrations in the country. Now they have turned into a single unified platform-driven administration. Decluttering of our constitutional provisions, particularly the entries in State List 1 and 2 in 7th schedule, and many more, of course. So with marked improvement in the working of the GST network, the compliance regime has largely stabilized. Once the precedence-driven component realizes internal harmony, the eyes need to be barreled towards efficiency and equity. Taxes should not play villain in allocation of resources to different sectors of the economy. After all, GST is a pass-through tax, and at least theoretically, no room should be left for litigation. In coming years, the GST Council should identify major areas of heartache among the taxpayers, and reforms should be increasingly undertaken, particularly in view of the consistently pretty high monthly revenue collections. I do look forward to more foresighted reforms, and such as no more excluding of the excluded sector, loosening of the revenue's grip on the ITC, phase trimming of the exempted sector, and the greater focus on infusion of modern IT tools and minimum litigation. These are the broad heads or components of future reforms where the GST can perhaps undertake. I once again thank the dignitaries on the dais and all of you for your valuable time and precious moisturizer for my keyboard. Thank you.